Today's Tale sees us playing BattleTech once again, and today we're up against Captain Ralphie. Old Ralphie, eh? And I'm taking a bit of a fast-moving Lance here. We have two Panthers, a Jenner, and a Centurion. Now, the only problem with this Lance is there is a desperate lack of any sort of tank on it. So it'll be interesting to see how we do here and if we can survive this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the Jenner towards the back while possibly my lights here jam out the front and see if they can't pick up some targets for me. Now we're having some problems with this tree line here. Looks like it is going to be in our way. Thing is I could push forward now, or I could wait maybe a turn and see if he pushes forward. I'll leave the Centurion there. I'll probably back up with these two.
What do you need?
And we will move the Jenner out and hide in the trees like normal. So the idea here is that the Jenner bursts out of the trees and hopefully does a bit of damage. It's quite an expensive mech for what you get in armor, but you do get a fair bit of burst with it. So you get about, what is it, 250, so you get 100, about 140 damage out of this. Now considering it's 3.9 mil, it's kind of comparative to maybe a Commando 2D. But hopefully we can get around the back and make our opponent a little concerned about this guy here. These guys are just going to have to jump around and shoot things in the side. Just be a general nuisance, and this is going to be our anchor over in Ozone. He's just going to sit tight. Hopefully he'll absorb all the shots while these guys get to work on things. Obviously, if he's a heavy tank fit, we're going to have probably a hard time breaking things because we've got nothing to really death them above or punch with. I can death them above with these mechs, but it's not a good idea, especially the Jenner. The Jenner will not survive that happily, and I don't have Paradise on anyone, so it'll fall apart pretty quick on these mechs if they start death them aboving in. Their legs will be coming on off. Alright, so now what we do is we push forward and we see if we get anyone. Maybe we've got a mech up here. I do have Arclight, so it doesn't really matter. Ooh, a Locust 1M. Okay. So he's probably gone top heavy then, if he's got Locusts. Which is slightly interesting. We might try and lob in some LRMs over here. And the Jenner, I just want to put the Jenner out of the forest. Oof, do I want it out of the forest? Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We'll be safe probably here. And we'll brace up with Ozone. The reason I want to put the Jenner out of the forest is so that if I can sprint with him, then it's easier. Yeah, so he's got two mediums and two lights. So the two mediums are probably pretty expensive here. They're probably, hopefully not a Kintaro. This Lance, I don't know how this Lance is going to do. I just really wanted to play with a Jenner today. And the only way I could squeeze a Jenner in was, well, I upgraded one of the Panthers, and then I downgraded the, what did I downgrade? I downgraded a Vindicator into a Jenner, just to see if I could use it for a bit of fun and games here. Now, I took Arclight so that I could always force this guy to go first. And this guy has moved. Alright. Let's have a look here. Do you have vision? You do not have any vision. But neither does he. So what we could do is we could actually jump and brace this way. Hopefully he'll spend another lock on this thing. So we'll jump and brace this way. Hope that he spends some effort on this. And then we can sensor lock with Arclight back here. Maybe this will be a bunch of LRMs over here. We'll reserve in. See what he wants to do with this. He might push this out. He doesn't want to stand here and sensor lock. If he stands there and sensor lock, he'll just take a bunch of LRMs. And on these Locusts, I mean, LRMs will wreck the day. Indeed, they will wreck the day. We'll probably move our Jenner if he doesn't move this. If he does move this, I'll be fairly interested to see what goes on. He could, of course, have a trebuchet, which would give us a really bad run for our money here. Alright, interesting. So this is always a bit bizarre how this is still locked here, even when it really shouldn't. I chose this place here just because it should be indirect fire from. We could maybe jump to about here. Okay, it is going to spit us back out. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that indeed. So we'll probably just 2 locusts. I still don't know what the mediums are, which scares me a little. They could be a lot of direct fire. I think we'll just push forward. I think if we push to about here, we should have some decent overall coverage here on what's going on. We'll probably leave Arclight just back there just so she can do some things. The Jenna can just probably chill as well. Ozone. He's grouping up on this side, which makes me think he's maybe pushing in from that side. So we might get you backwards a little, buddy. And you can do your thing up in the trees, kind of. Yeah, it should be fine. Unless he sprints all the way over here, which I don't think is going to happen with those locusts. Then we're probably pretty invisible back here. Arclight. I might just step you back a little here into probably the trees, and we'll just use Showboat here as our forward scout. So we'll do exactly the same. We'll just reserve in. So one of the good things about having Arclight here is you can always just force the enemy to reserve into them. Whereas if we'd had just a normal light here, a normal pilot without Master Tactician, it would be whoever pinged who first. So we're still finding him first, so he would still have to go first. But if he found us first, then it would be our turn first if we didn't have Arclight here. Of course, he could have taken Arclight, and then we would be down to the same scenario of who found who first. I have found some people do like using this tactic, the Arclight tactic. I think the X, he's used it against me a few times. And it's always nice to make your opponent go first, right? So now we've got a bit more vision here. He's got choices of either moving back still or locking us. See what he wants to do. The only problem with this move, I maybe should have moved out further this way so that I could jump a bit better and brace. Because at the moment, any jump that I do probably won't build us up much evasion here. I don't have a lot of direct fire. I mean, if I wanted to lock one of these guys, I would have to do it without any brace here, which would... It's probably not a good idea till I have an idea of what he has. Because at the moment, I have no idea what is hiding back here. What would I not want to see? I don't want to see a trebuchet. And I probably don't want to see a Kintaro. Trebuchet will mean that we'll be taking a lot of damage and we'll have to push into him. If it's a Kintaro and a trebuchet, can you afford that? I think you can. 6 mil plus 5.3. So it's 11.3. I'm just looking at this move. Surely there's got to be a brace in the river, right? There's got to be a brace in the river there. You can't... Ooh. He's probably got max evasion at least. Alright. I could maybe shunt a whole lot of rockets into this. This is probably his... An M. Is that like the... has he got the long range variant here? What we're going to do is we're going to jump Showboat down here, and we'll just brace up, and then we'll use Arclight to lock this, and then we'll probably fire in with everything else. If I suddenly see a bunch of LRMs coming out, we'll probably push our Jenna forward towards this target and maybe start having a go. Because I can't really afford to take a whole bunch of LRMs forever. I'd say this is probably the LRM version as well. So I think we're going to take LRMs from here and then probably a lot of LRMs from out in the wild somewhere. See if we take a bunch of LRMs. So we're going to probably want to push you forward, sensor lock. I think we start moving with our Centurion here towards this. We might even be able to get a shot into that if we're lucky. So with sensor lock, see if we can fire with the Jenna. I don't think we'll make enough range for that. Trebuchet. Alright, so we're going to have to push in. Ooh, and it's an Apex Trebuchet, so we definitely have to push in now. Definitely have to push in. So let's get going here. Can I get vision and fire? Cannot quite. So he's gone with the Trebuchet. So that should be okay for us to now move forward. Sensor lock this. Hopefully this doesn't have too much evasion. Only one bit of evasion. Alright. It is his sensor locker as well. So we'll have to do some work here. Alright, looks like he accidentally moved this thing. I was going to say this is a bit of a weird move, because you're not going to want to take a lot of damage on this thing. We could probably get the Jenna in and fire if we're lucky. Even a medium laser just to get rid of the last of that evasion there. A Shadowhawk as well. Okay. I don't mind a Shadowhawk so much. It's going to be that Trebuchet that's going to really do the damage here.
What do you need?
If I jump you, no, you can't even do that. Alright, I think we go for a full-blown sprint, and then Ozone's going to have to move in and fire. We can probably take most of this stuff okay-ish, I guess. We'll just swarm this as fast as we can. He's got no vision here, so that's okay. I think this is a missile LRM as well. So we're going to just take a whole lot of damage on this. I would prefer it on Ozone, but he's too far away at the moment. So we'll see how we go. I might actually be able to get Arclight in and fire on this as well. I could probably jump to these trees and fire, which is okay. We kill this. He loses some of his vision. He's probably got vision over here as well. That poor Panther has taken a beating though. An absolute beating. Alright, 55 and 70. We'll take that. We will take that indeed. Actually go Ozone. And give it to him. And then we can go probably in with Arclight and fire as well. We're just going to start risking everything here. All this long range stuff is going to do a lot of work to us. So I need to start just getting in and doing damage now. So Arclight, I suspect you should be able to jump, buddy. You can't jump and fire. That is super awkward. Alright, so we're going to have to reserve here. If I can't jump and fire, I would have liked to have fired, but without cover here, this is not great. Could do this, but oh, it would be pretty awful move. Pretty awful move. So I think we're gonna have to reserve in. If he reserves now, I'll definitely go on this. Kill this thing. I'd say he's gonna move it though. I would love it if he reserved right now, because that would make my day. The Jenna would be able to get in here. These two would be able to get in there. Yeah, there we go. He's moving that baby out. It's probably not going to be a big move though, so we'll just swarm this thing, I think. He'll probably keep sensor locking Showboat here. So we'll just jump Showboat in over here, and we'll just hammer down on this, I think. Is he gonna brace that? And then sense lock with this, maybe? We'll see, we'll see. The Panther maybe has enough here to do this. To do this for another turn or two, but can't take it for too much longer. It will be fairly awful for us. Alright, so we can jump there and fire.
Waiting for orders.
What kind of move can you do, Showboat? We can jump to about here and brace. We will be taking an AC5 from that Shadowhawk though, so is that worth? I don't know if that's really worth. If we do that, we would get probably everybody up to shoot on this. Without having to sense a lot.
I hear ya.
I think we take the risk here and eat a whole lot of fire from this. We'll go in with probably our garbage arm here, just to ensure that he shoots that a bit more. So we'll probably just twist ourselves a bit like this, and we'll take some shots probably from the back of that locust there, but we'll be fine, maybe, I want to say. So we'll jump over here, we'll brace up, and then we'll use everybody to fire on this. This might kill us a bit though. There's a bit of evasion built up at least. He might have sense locking here, we'll see in a second. So we jump with you, fire, we move with you, fire. We fire with you. Hopefully we can just kill this thing off, right? Just gonna fire him with his missiles. I keep calling them rockets. He could sensor lock to get rid of a little bit more evasion, but he probably wants to just fire. And he's got 2 LRM5s on this thing, so you're probably okay to hit with maybe 1 or 2 of those. And take off a little bit of evasion. How many are we going to get here? 1, 2. I did say 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So next up, you cannot do this. Alright, we'll do that last then if that's going to be how you have to move. Really? I still cannot fire on that? That's crazy. Alright, we're going to jump without vision here. He has vision right there. I thought I could get this shot in, but I guess not. If that's the case, we're going to have to jump with Arclight as well. And actually, she can fire if she jumps on top of this hill. So we'll just heat blockade up a little, but then we'll just brace as well. And we should be able to swarm this locust. That is... I'm really annoyed I don't have any firing in from there. So we have to reserve Arclight in. We'll probably jump here, fire, move, fire. It's not all that great though. This is going to be... I would go probably with the Trebuchet first. And then I would go with the Shadowhawk just to see if I could hit with that AC5. This poor Panther has just taken a beating though. It's not nice. This has actually been some pretty good moves in this river. That little spot, I can't believe how deep it is. A little bit more height maybe on that locust and we could see it. But I think we're just in the way of this ridge. So we're going to eat another bunch of LRMs here. That looks like he's firing everything. Oof. Man, that's a lot of damage we're taking. A lot of damage. It is been a fairly unhappy day. I think we'll fire with probably Ozone first. And then we might have the best shots with
I got you.
Arclight here. I mean, this is an LRM-20, it will do 40 damage, whereas Arclight can probably do a little bit more than that with a PPC and a SRM. We need the PPC probably to hit. If we can get some side shots, we can maybe blow a leg off here. We just need this guy down super quick so that we can start dealing with the rest of this. The Shadowhawk's got a fair bit of armor on it, so there is that to deal with. Poor old Showboat, eh? At least it's all into the side. Interesting. I would have fired the AC into that.
Yep.
So I've got two choices here. I could actually jump here and fire, or I could jump, sensor lock, and then run in, so that he'll have no evasion on this. Oh, Jesus. For a second I thought I clicked wrong there. We could do this. Yes, jump here. We'll sensor lock this. And then next turn, we can just walk up and fire, I think. To the top of this hill, maybe to these trees just here. Let's have a look. So if we jump up here, we got 70 and 45. If I jump to here, I think I can fire from here and then walk again and fire. Maybe that's the move. I think we jump to here, we fire, and then we walk and fire. It's going to be a fair chunk of heat here. Man, that was a move and a half. So this is going to be the first chunk of heat, and then we can hopefully move again. And fire again. I would like to fire into the side again. So Arclight should be up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. So that hill is super sketch. Right there. So we'll move again and fire. We'll just have to eat this without the brace. But I think this Panther should be better to rotate this in. I maybe should have rotated my arm in a little here, but it's too late now.
Aye, aye. Engaging target.
Too late now. Alright, so he can't sprint this thing, so we've got that going for us. He can only really walk it. He'll probably walk it back here. We can then sensor lock with Showboat hopefully here, and just kill this thing. Our Centurion's a little lagging behind, which is unfortunate for us. I would probably choose this for the target now. Start dropping in all my rounds since there's no brace here. I did get trees at least, so I'm fairly okay with that. The Jenner hopefully can get on this thing and kill it, because so far the Jenner's been a little bit of a letdown with its movement. So we kill this with the Jenner. Maybe we move on to this missile. This missile boat actually has hardly any armor in the Locust. I think he's got the... It's like the lightest armored thing in the entire game at the moment, is this Locust. If this is Mockingbird, he could maybe consider sensor locking and bracing. But I think you would have to assume that I'm going to get around the back of it. He's going to come forward. Alright, he's coming in for a punch. Alright, he is. Alright, I don't know about... yeah, I suppose that's an okay move. Because he's now got vision up here, right?
Good to go.
I think we've got 85 to hit you. It's in the good side though. I think we'll just reserve here. He'll probably shoot one of these mechs here. Probably this one here. It's not bad, I guess. Hopefully he's got sensor locking on this. So if he doesn't, it's going to be a bad old time. Alright, so he's moved a bit with that, maybe to gain vision. Is he just going to power into this? Yeah, alright, so I don't mind so much. Plus he's shooting the lesser of the sides here. So it's not so bad. Next up.
Yup.
So, Shoba, you probably want to just punch this. Move a bit of evasion. Actually, what we might do is we're going to jump out here, because he's probably going to apex us here. Let's have a look. You can move far enough forward to do this. Alright, so we're going to jump out with Showboat. And sensor lock back. He shouldn't have any vision here. And then we will use blockade here to hopefully do some extra damage. Well, as best damage as we can do, right? So what do we got going on? So if he goes with the trebuchet, it's all into this. Which is okay. We've kind of rotated a little bit of armor here and there. Personally, I'd rather the Centurion was doing it. But it's just lagging so hard. He's like, guys, wait up, wait up. I've got my AC that I have not fired at all. We could maybe... yes, he's not even going to get around for this. We'll probably pull him down the side, the bottom. Alright, cool. He's going with the trebuchet first. I was a little scared that it was going to be... that it wasn't going to be the trebuchet here. Alright, alright. We can take a bit of that.
What do you need?
A wee bit of that. Not a huge amount.
Your order, skipper.
So Ozone, you're just gonna have to keep moving, buddy. We'll just move full 3 evasion here and fire.
10-4.
Sadly, we need to get on the other side of this mech to do decent damage to it, but take what we get here. Couple of hits. We only need a little bit more before he loses his vision. He now has to go with the Shadowhawk. He'll probably fire everything from that. This is arc light, so we can get her up if she does get knocked down into the light phase here, which might be about to happen. If he hits with the AC, then it's definitely going to be a knock, I think. Let's see. We've got 2 bits. Still no AC though. I'm surprised by that. I would have definitely thought he's in AC range by now. I kind of like to move here, I think. And zap this guy. I think we rotate like this, though. Just to ensure these mechs don't kind of get around the back of us.
Position confirmed.
Especially these guys here. We want to keep the Jenna healthy, since everything will just blast it. 75s, this hill's still providing issues. So hopefully this should shred some off this guy. And down he goes. Excellent, so that's a bit of vision gone there. So now, he shouldn't have too much vision. Master Tactician should get us back some of our stability. If he's got no vision over here, he's going to have to run this one in. Ozone's slowly coming around. This has been a long trek for him. A long trek indeed. Let's see. So we've bled off some armor on both of our Panthers, which is a little harsh. If we can get this guy gone, this is another 40-ish damage. Then he's just down to his trebuchet and the Shadowhawk, and he'll need to give vision with one of those. We might just play the vision game a little and be sense locking things and shooting them. If he's got no vision here, he's going to have to move it in. I wonder if he's got sensor locking on this. He's got to have sensor locking, right? Yep, there we go. So you got sensor locked. Can jump here. I'll probably jump. Here's the best evasion you can get. Yeah, I think we'll do a full jump here, and we'll just brace up. We'll do a full jump to here, and brace. so that we just eat a whole lot of ammunition here. We'll twist our mech again. Eat it to the side. Fairly okay with that happening. 3 bits of evasion. We can maybe do a bit of work to that. We'll reserve in. There's no point in letting him have his go first. Letting us. You know what I mean. Basically, there's no point in letting him shoot all our mechs that have moved. So you're next on the things to kill. Here's keeping a fair distance between my Centurion, which is providing a bit of a problem. I think we will probably move with Jenna. Fire on this. We can probably move with the Panther and fire as well. All to the side again. Oof, we're into
Reporting internal damage.
we're into internals though. That's a little scary.
Aye, aye.
All right, so you can fire. In fact, you can fire 40%. What do you get from here? 40. So we can move to the water and cool you a bit. So I think we go showboat. What have you got? 35. You're probably just, you might as well sensor lock here then, if that's how this is gonna go. You might have to rotate showboat in a sec and stop Arclight taking all this damage, because she is tanking it indeed. So we might start jumping back with showboat. So I think we fire with ozone and then we try and shoot with the Jenner, in the hope of maybe taking a bit out of this guy. I'll be surprised if he doesn't fire his AC here again. Weird. I'm very surprised he doesn't fire his AC. Alright, so it's going to be, first up, the ozone. The ozone. We're going to avoid the trees here, because they will just slow us down, and I don't particularly need that at the moment. I just need to be going full speed with the Centurion. Hopefully we get in a little bit of damage here. It's not too shabby. This thing is made of paper, so we should hopefully get it down really quick. Yeah. We're definitely just going to go into the water. Take our 65s to hit here.
On my way.
Worst comes to worst, we can get this guy out of here later on. He does have a bit of vision with that mech though. So hopefully we can score some decent hits here. And then we might have to take a turn to cool this guy down. Alright, he's down on the floor. We can probably finish him off. He's going to get pushed into the medium bracket here. So we just need to... We don't even need to sensor lock him, I don't think. Yeah, we don't. So these guys can now move around pretty freely. I could even move for over there. Showboat. Cold shot. I think we take this. If we hit it, then we don't have to worry. Ooh, although we could just... you got full heat, right? We could actually just jump and fire in our SRMs. I think that's how we go with this. We put arc light towards the front. We blast this guy. Got full evasion going on here. He should go now. Excellent. So now we'll probably reserve, just to see what he wants to do. He could move forward for my Jenna here. Give it a bit of hassling. Hopefully he's got no more sensor locking. I guess he could still have someone else as a third sensor locker. Might be an option. He could keep going backwards here. If he keeps going backwards, we're going to have issues with ozone never catching up. So he's just going to have to keep lobbing in LRM 10s, which is not exactly how he wants to be living his life. You know, he wants to be... This is probably going to be a focus, right? Focus onto the Jenna. The Jenna's probably going to have to run back and brace anyway. If you have a focus, I would definitely use it on the Jenner. It's the least armored of all my mechs here. So we'll run the Jenner back so that he's got no vision, right? Yeah, that's going to hurt a lot. We don't want to be losing anything off this thing. It is medium lasers on both of its arms. Its arms look more like wings, but no, we don't want to be losing none of our wings, because we'd like to keep this baby going.
Standing by.
I think we just go for a sprint, right? That is not a great sprint. Can we get out of this water at all? Alright, he has no vision here. I think we just sprint. Yeah, we're going to just sprint that way. Should cool us down a bit in that water. We are facing the correct direction here. And then we just get a sensor lock with probably arc light here. And we can do some damage to the trebuchet. He's going to have to pull this forward now, because he's got nothing. Well, he could just party in the back, I guess. Slowly Ozone's like, yeah, I'm getting there, guys, I'm getting there. I know you're all in light mechs, and you've lost a lot of your armor here, but don't worry about it. Oh, I don't know if I'd be putting my Shadowhawk a mile back. It's an interesting move, but
I'm here.
I don't think it'll do you much good. I think we just move and sensor lock. I don't really want to jump. I just want to get some heat back on this Panther. We'll probably just face forward now, since this torso is kind of about to pop, although it doesn't really matter too much. So he's giving up the trebuchet as a sacrifice here, and it is going to hurt a lot. We're just going to run straight towards it, I think. There's no need to beat around the bush with our Centurion that has got full armor. So the trebuchet, he's got okay-ish armor. I mean, okay in standards of a medium, but hopefully we hit with an AC. Not going to happen. Oh, it did happen. Excellent. If we can pop an arm, that would be amazing. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Let's have a look here. I think we probably get the Jenner out.
What do you need?
Just over into these. Ooh. No, we could probably eat. No, I don't really want to eat any more rounds of firing with the Jenner here. Probably just get you back into this water, right? Yeah, we can jump and brace. It should be okay.
Confirm.
And then we'll move into his turn. It's always going to be his turn now. He's pretty much stuffed here. So he's going to move. He's got to either move this forward or he's going to move it back. You could keep jumping back if you really wanted to, but it's not going to do much work for you. Also, we can start firing PPCs into this thing now that we can maybe have one of these mechs going. So probably, I'd say we start sensor locking with Showboat here. Alright, he's backing it up into the water. That's alright. It's probably going to brace it then, which is okay for us. We get to get the Centurion forward.
Waiting for orders.
Let's have a look, actually. I could... could probably fire from here. So I think arc light, you just want to sensor lock from where you are. We could jump you. I need maybe a bit of evasion on you. Actually, let's just leave you there. It's not a great move. I would have preferred to have jumped out here just to build up some evasion, but take what we get, right? Take what we get. He's going to have no vision, so we're just going to keep shooting into it while he has no vision. And it's his turn. There's no way we're having our turn. So now he has to decide whether he wants to move forward or not. I think he's hoping that I'd come into vision, but there's no real need, because I can just happily fire from out of vision. He's probably thinking whether he wants to bring that Shadowhawk forward now, realizing that he's going to just get vision down here. This poor old hunchback, he's just like, guys, Shadowhawk, Locusts? Where are my locusts? They're gone, son. They're gone. I don't know about using... Yeah. I mean, maybe the mistake at the start cost them a fair bit more than it should have. Because being in here, he couldn't back up fast enough with these guys barreling down on him. Maybe what I would have done is I'd have probably used the M to sensor lock from further back and then sprint out my other locust here. Because there's probably no need to just get totally abused there. And then we'll take the PPC shot. Bit of a move into the trees, bit of a PPC shot. Cool us down. Showboat's like, yeah, I'm good for that. Down. Down. Alright, go for it, buddy. Start rocking some of this armor off him while he can't see a thing. Can we fire from... Oh, we can fire from here. And you'll brace up? Sure. What kind of hit chance do we got, though? Could probably just ease off with the AC and fire in the LRM-10. Might rotate. What's in that arm, actually? I could move here. Would it be worth? 2 bits of evasion. He has to fire into it, and it's into the side. You know what? I think this is better just to sit here and just pound him a bit. He's going to have to come forward if he wants to see anything here. I mean, this thing's not going to stand up to too many more rounds of this. I think we'll just see what he does here. He might... I'd say he's probably got focus by now. I mean, we've nearly got focus, right? So, this thing's probably going to want to come forward and just blast something. Maybe I should rotate Showboat in and move Arclight back. I have been saying that for a while now, so I think I might have to do that. If I don't lose it now. Surely he knows that he's got to move forward here. If he wants vision. You could rotate in the Shadowhawk and push the Trebuchet out. Since it's gained all its heat back now, he just probably wants heat on it so he can fire everything. So that may be the death of Arclight in a second, but we'll see. If he pushes forward, he won't have a brace. So we should be able to just hammer this thing down pretty easily. Hopefully pop some of these LRMs that are sitting in the arms. Jenna, I don't know how I feel about this. Could have had a... I don't know. I mean, for 3.9 mil, you get 140 damage, but for... what, 2.6? I could have had a commando and then maybe upgraded one of these. So far the commandos have done a lot more work for me as well. I feel like the SRMs are probably better than the medium lasers just because they do stability damage. You can also fire it a lot more times, whereas this Jenna heats up super quick. It is crazy how fast this thing heats up. We are counting down on the timer, so hopefully he hasn't disconnected here or the game's broken. He's going to reserve down. Come on.
Holding. Aye.
I mean, it's always your turn, buddy. It's always your turn. I don't want to go because this thing's braced, so there's no point in me moving in on this if it is braced. I don't think he can... Oh, yes. Go for... that's the one you need to go for. Thanks, sir. Thank you indeed. Alright. So he's taken that because he wants to... we could be a dick.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Oh. Alright, so he's got vision here. But if we just take a little bit of a step back, we can just remove that vision. And now the Shadowhawk is stuffed. So now his Shadowhawk can't see a thing. He really should be, if he wanted to do this, I'd come in with both mechs. Because you can't do this with a singular mech. Because this is exactly what I'll do against him with my lights. He might sprint all the way towards it, I guess. So now the real question is do I want to fire? I could start bringing the Jenna in. I'm a little scared for it. I have a feeling as soon as the Jenna reveals, it's just going to get hammered, right? I think what I do is I sensor lock again. Yeah, he's bringing his Shadowhawk in now. He's realized that it's going to get really ugly if he doesn't. Arclight, I don't particularly want you being close at all. Take the 4 evasion here. Sensor lock this guy. And we'll fire into him. We'll leave Showboat as the sacrifice here. So then, can we push up with you? Probably just go for a bit of a sprint here. Over this side. He might have his focus, but I think we'll get around here. We'll get the Jenna doing something besides cooling off, because that's all it's been doing at the moment. And we will start you. You need to start moving here. I suspect he's going to go for this mech here. So I think we can move him from the slide. Fairly okay. What we might do is, next turn we might go with all of our lights. And have a go at this thing. What's he got left on it? I'd say he's got his LRMs, right? Do we lose vision? Alright, we don't lose vision. We could reserve in and then probably hammer this thing pretty well. And then he's just left with the Shadowhawk, right? You wanna give me my turn here? Yo, what? Okay. That's really weird. Alright, never had this bug before. Maybe we're disconnecting here. Alright, that was super weird.
Standing by.
Super weird indeed. I think we fire into the side here. Arclight, do I risk you? Alright, here we go. I think Showboat can probably do this okay. Showboat, you just want to fire in from where you are. No evasion. You'll be happy days. So that's fine. And then we'll see if we can get you in. Full evasion here. We'll fire in again. Man, that was super weird. We'll see if we can't get this trebuchet down. We probably lose Mechs for this, but I'm kind of okay. Hopefully, come on. Tell me you're going to hit that. No, you're not going to hit that. Alright, that's kind of annoying. And then we jump you into the river and we fire with you. 55. Can we get a bit closer than this? If he's got focus, we'll get mangled, but let's just go. Let's just go. I want to get the Centurion in as well. He should be able to do some work. I'd love to hit either a leg or an arm here. Not the head. The head is definitely not what we want. So it's going to be his turn first. He'll probably move this. Or he just fires on one of these. Alright, 2 bits of evasion. I could have reserved all the way down, which would have been the better move, but I just want to fire, right? I think we've pretty much got this. We should be able to take most of that fire okay. He'll fire him with the Shadowhawk. I'm still surprised about no ACs coming in, but... Oh, you can't move that way? Alright, we're just going to put ourselves on the rubble, which is really not good. But that's what we get, right? Firing the AC now. If we hit most of this, he should lose bits and pieces. There we go. So now next turn, this is pretty much dead. This deep water stuffed us over a bit. I thought you could actually get around this way. I find this deep water a little annoying sometimes, especially on this map. Right, finally the AC has come. This guy's dead though now, I think.
Can't take many more hits like that.
We should just be able to hammer down on him.
Standing by.
We will move. Is that the best you can do? Alright, so we've got focus. 80, 55. You know what, let's just move forward. Arclight, you're cool. You're good to go, right? You are good to go. So if we kill this, then it's just down to the Shadowhawk anyway. I don't think we'll kill it in one turn. But my, can we do some damage? It's probably that leg. If we keep shooting it in the side, the leg should be gone. We might see if we can't shift sideways here.
Waiting for orders.
I might be able to just jump here. Over here, I think. Full evasion. Fire in. It should be on the ground, which means we'll get to use
Firing everything I've got.
Ooh, I didn't check the heat there. We might lose an arm here for a sec. Then we can get the Centurion into here and just blast him in the torso now. Hopefully. The Jenner can come on in. If we don't put the Jenner too far forward, we could actually just jump onto this side. 70s. Could jump to here. It's probably a little bit too much heat, but let's go. And then somehow we got to get across this river, but so be it. Let's overheat. We'll turn off the SRMs. Should be fine to just hit this once. We've got 4 chances here. I think this is absolutely toast right now. Absolute toast. So now he's got to come in with the Shadowhawk. This lineup, I don't know how I feel about this lineup. It's too heavy on the range, and the mechs are too light. A lot of this stuff kind of wants to get in close. Whereas his stuff just wants to kind of range us for a bit. The trebuchet, I don't know about trebuchets. I mean, I've seen 2 dual trebuchets do a bit of work, but I don't think he has vision. Really? Has he got vision from there? It's got to be a sensor locking mech if he's got vision from there. Alright. Well, we're going to have a hard day getting this guy in close. Let's sprint him up. Hopefully we can get across this river. Because otherwise we're going to have a bad day getting in on the Shadowhawk. That's fine though, we can sensor lock him. We might just reserve down to him.
Reserving action.
It's his turn first. We can just sensor lock him to death and fire in LRM-10s. It's not how I want to end the game, but it can end that way. We can fire in. So we sensor lock with you. We sensor lock with you. Fire in LRM-10s. Depends on how far he can move and what he can move. If he moves and braces, then it's pretty much game over. But if he decides to sprint and jump, it might be a different idea. There's got to be a brace, right? That is a brace. Alright, so I think Showboat just wants to stroll into the water.
Commander?
And chill off. Oh, you cannot even stroll into the water. Can you jump into the water? We'll take a jump here.
Time to fly.
And then you can sensor lock up. And then we will move probably Arclight. You can fire in, I think, with your PPC. Should be great for you. You'll save some heat. You got 80 to hit. Let's go for it, buddy. Let's put one in him. Electrify him. Ba-doom. Alright. And then I think we just keep on rolling in with the Centurion. Probably focus up for this shot, actually. Oh, do we want to? We might wait. Oop.
You got it.
I think we could just focus for this.
MechWarriors, show 'em what you got.
Put some damage in. Start wrecking him down. So now he's really got to consider whether he wants to move off this sort of hilltop right. Because I wouldn't want to be up here taking all these shots. We'll probably put the Jenner just over this way. And we'll probably brace up. We'll give him this side of the arm though. We might have to jump out of here with the Jenners to get across this deep water.
Holding for the right opportunity.
And we'll just keep hammering him down, right? He's got to come forward. Alright, so now he's got to come forward, right? He could keep moving back. I think he was hopeful that he'd have some sight up there. But there's really nothing to be had, right? Hopefully we can get up this hill. A Centurion, a full Centurion on this is going to just be bad for him, right? We'll get some heat back here, probably. Jenner can just probably sit in the river. In reality, if I had to bet here,
Good to go.
I would say a Centurion would probably kill a Shadowhawk by itself. We'll get some vision here. Can you fire in again? Oh, you can. Alright, I think you'll take the shot instead of anything else. We are getting pretty garbage chances here just because it's long range, it's obstructed, he moved, it's target size. We're having a bad day of firing from there. Can we actually get that hill out of the way? It doesn't look like it, does it? Alright. Will he come down that hill? Maybe we'll take one step forward. He might come off this hill in a sec. But we'll just keep hammering away. 40% chance to hit.
Damn it, I missed.
That's alright. At least the last of that evasion's gone. Can we really not get up this thing? Alright, we'll just have to shoot him with the LRM. Fire in the LRM. The Jenner is probably just going to brace up.
I got you.
Hammering this guy down. Hammering that Shadowhawk. I'll probably move the Jenner into the trees here. And we'll just brace up. We want to face like this. It would be good to move out across here. And we seem to be... I don't know if there's a bad connection today. Alright, he just said I'm smarter than the AI. I'm glad to know I'm smarter than the AI.
Reserving action.
The AI is a bit retarded. Alright, so that should be fairly okay now. I think we've got this. He can only really see this or maybe this. He might have focus. He could kill Showboat. Through the evasion. What would this be? It would be an AC. An AC plus a bunch of LRMs. A couple of... I think he's got a laser as well. I kind of want to like the Shadowhawk, but it's just... It's not enough for how much it costs. Its price range is just... it's too high. It's too high for what you get. You get an AC5. Oh. I'm surprised he doesn't have focus here. I reckon he probably does, but he just forgot it. Because you definitely just want to... Oh, we're not doing that. So, Showboat... I think we jump you. Probably over here. We'll just sense lock with you.
Here we go.
We can fire in from over here. with the PPC. I think we can get the Jenna in as well. Probably fire with the PPC. Arclight, you can probably fire. No. Arclight, you can fire. Thank you. 70 hit. It's pretty good. Rip a big chunk out of that side. We'll move the Jenna in. This guy's got trees at least to keep him alive. We'll take the water though. Can't quite get close enough. Alright, we'll take what we can from here. We'll take what we can. We might rip a bit off here. The water will probably do us a bit of work. And then the Centurion should just end this guy.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Man, he's gonna get in close. I'd like to shoot him from the side. He might be able to get behind us if we move in too close though. So we'll move to just down here, I think. Cover ourselves a little. Turn off the... we can fire in the LRMs. We've got plenty of heat. This guy's pretty much dead here. There's not too much left of him. He's now lost his LRM 5. Things are not looking so happy for this mech. I think we just pound him.
I'm here.
I think that's what we do. We just pound the hell out of this thing. We'll take our evasion. And we'll just fire in. We'll jump with the showboat. We'll fire in.
Understood.
And this guy is going to be a sad, sad mech. Indeed. We could actually probably run in for a punch. Can we get a punch on the Jenna? Not quite possible. Really? How can you not fire?
Commander?
Blockade? Ah, it's because the Centurion got in the way. Alright, showboat. You want to just take a step up and fire? We might actually knock this guy, which will be really unfortunate for him.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Ooh, we need most of these missiles to hit. If he gets knocked, then it's toast.
Commander.
It is toast. Alright, it is toast now. We didn't get much evasion here, but that'll have to do. The Jenna. I'd love for this water to keep us a little bit cool. So we'll take that water there. Get our evasion. We'll just shoot him in the torso here. We'll heat up. There's not much that's going to fall off this mech. And we should be pretty happy to just blast away. We might even get through a fair chunk of this center torso here. We indeed did. Just leaves the Centurion just to mop up, really. Mop up job. You can probably just stand there, get your bulwark going, fire and everything, and it should be over. Boom. Poor guy. Poor guy. I didn't know it was his first time in the multiplayer arena. It does take a bit to get used to multiplayer versus the AI. The AI is, well, it's not got all its screws in, right? He does not have all his screws in. The AI does a lot of things differently, whereas a human does things completely unexpected, and it's a lot harder. Well, humans, right? A lot harder to deal with. How do I feel about his side? Apex is probably the good choice on the Trebuchet. I don't like the Shadowhawk in this lineup. I think he could have downgraded. The Shadowhawk could probably downgrade into a Centurion to at least tank for you. Or even, I think you can fit a Kentaro in. Kraken. What is this? On an SRM version. I don't like Kraken either. He doesn't give you the greatest of skills. Especially on a Locust, you need to be moving fairly fast. Mockingbird's okay choice here. Because you maybe want to tank, but on this Locust, there's no real tank on it. This LRM version, you have to be super careful with it. You can never let it get seen, ever. You can see it's got 10 armor, right? So in total, it's got 35 on a torso. 35 there and 40 in the center. So if you get super lucky with one AC shot, couple of LRM shots into this thing, it's gone, right? So this never has that. This can never come into sensor range. Everything else, I mean, yeah, Apex is good. Sumo on a Shadowhawks, yeah, it's probably an okay choice. Keep your heat down. He didn't fire his AC5 all that much, which I think he had range for it. I wasn't sure why he wasn't firing it. My own side, I definitely don't like the Jenner. I think it's worth more having a commando than the Jenner and then upgrading one of these Panthers. The Panthers did a fair chunk of work though. I mean, what do we got here? So we've got, they took probably what, 3 or 4 rounds of LRMs. You can see how ineffective LRMs can be if they can't go through all that brace and stuff. Even with Apex, you know, it's like, it's a bit hard to really get up on top of this stuff and kill it with a LRM boat. You can keep the evasion up. As soon as he lost one of his vision mechs here, he was pretty much stuffed. I would have definitely have sprinted out the one that I had in the river and probably sensor locked with the LRM one. I wouldn't have kept on firing in the LRMs because you really want to get this one out, and then you can't really push this one in either. It's all a bit sketchy here. He needed to probably do the vision game a little bit better. He was brand new, and it's always a surprise how little vision you can get. So I think that probably didn't help him at all, where he was a bit confused about the vision and what he was seeing. He tried to high ground me and hope that there was more vision up there. There's no vision up there. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. The vision you get is the vision you get. It's alright, you know. You got to start somewhere. And it was a fairly good game. Like, he had some reasonable ideas of what he was doing. But I think just the lineup here could probably just do a bit of help and a couple more games and he'll be good to go. Thank you, Captain Ralphie. And with that, we'll take a break. Tune in next time. More adventures of BattleTech. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button or leave me a comment on anything you want to see in the future.